Vengeance! Blood for the blood god!
This quote comes from a book published in 1988 called Realm of Chaos, Slaves to Darkness.
Blood for the blood god! Blood for the blood god! Blood for the blood god!
Inside the book lived a god named Khorne. Not that Khorne, this one. The blood god, the idea being that every act of rage, every battle, every murder committed in anger across all of human history fed directly into his power. Blood for the blood god, skulls for the skull throne. Technoblade started using this sometime around 2012 while playing Hypixel. He screamed it every time he killed someone. A child, usually. It caught on. It became his identity. He became, to his entire community, the blood god. Archetypes exist independently of the people who embody them. Carl Jung.
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of voices, and they're all saying, and I quote, blood for the blood god?
Technoblade did not create the blood god. The title just found him.
I don't think it's going to catch on at all.
I don't know. I think it will.
Why are you eating
will.
golden
No,
apple?
no.
Officer, I drop-kicked that child in self-defense. You gotta believe me.
This was 6 years ago, in the SMP Earth era. Tommy and Technoblade were in a call together, with a few other SMP Earth creators. Tommy suggested Techno should come to TwitchCon. Techno said he'd consider it, but it was a 6-hour drive for him.
I mean, it's in the same state, but the problem is California's huge, so it's still like a 6-hour drive.
Then Tommy pointed out that it was a 14-hour flight for him, so really Techno had no excuse. Then Tommy said that they should do a 1v1 in real life, and that he'd bring a knife.
No, we can 1v1 IRL. Now bring it.
Now, at this point, Tommy was 15 years old, and Technoblade has built his entire career on beating children in Minecraft. So when Tommy said he'd bring a knife, Techno's immediate response was,
We got this,
Bone
man.
diamond sword.
I don't think you're allowed to beat up children in real life.
Fine. I'll have a knife.
He'll have a knife. Officer, I drop-kicked that child in self-defense.
In his Hypixel PvP era, the people who Technoblade was usually killing in PvP were children, and somewhere along the way he started calling them orphans. Not out of any particular malice, it was just funnier than calling them players. And once that one has stuck, his community ran with it. Which brings us to Skeppy, a fellow Minecraft YouTuber, one of his primary rivals. At some point, Skeppy surpassed Technoblade in subscribers, and Technoblade challenged him in a series of minigames as a way to settle the debate of who's the better YouTuber. One of those minigames was Grinch Simulator, a game where the entire objective is to steal gifts from orphans. He did not choose this game by accident.
I've ever
It's
played.
the best game, and then you right-click on the presents and you get points.
And that's the game?
Yes.
Oh my god.
You have to steal as many presents from orphans as possible.
Technoblade found that the first joke landed on the Grinch Simulator, and he just kept trolling with it.
You should be sad that you've collected 41 presents from orphans.
Dude, these orphans are getting destroyed.
Jesus Christ, that sounds
Oh,
really bad out of context.
This is the second worst thing that has happened to these orphans in their lives.
Still the same session, still Grinch Simulator, still orphans. These two lines are inseparable. The first line sounds almost sympathetic. Dude, these orphans are getting destroyed. The second immediately implies that there was a first worst thing to happen to those orphans, and then you have to fill in the blank yourself. This was also on Technoblade's Twitter bio, which Quackity asked about in one stream.
It says the second worst thing to ever happen to these orphans. What does that mean, Technoblade? What's
It means that I was the second worst thing to ever happen to those orphans.
and what's the first worst thing to happen to those orphans?
Quackity, they weren't always orphans. If Hypixel has taught me anything, it's that if you have a problem, the answer is slavery.
This one comes from The Great Potato War, a big arc in Technoblade's journey on YouTube, which even MrBeast uploaded.
Publicly, honestly, like Techno was a genius storyteller. And I'm going to end screen one of his videos from his Potato Wars series. When this series came out, it was literally one of my favorite series ever. I watched all 3 episodes just a million times. How he can take something so insignificant and random and dumb and make such long, entertaining, funny videos around it. It's hard to explain, but I want to honor him by just telling all of you about this series. I highly recommend you watch it. It is so funny, and it just really showcases how good of a storyteller Techno is, which is one thing that I just always admired about him, and I thought he was just world class at. If you don't mind, I'd appreciate it if you watched that video. And
favorite YouTube video? This might seem like a weird one. I bet most people listening to this will have no idea what I'm saying,
but there's this YouTuber back in the day called Technoblade, and he had this series where he tried to farm the most potatoes on a server, more potatoes than this squid guy. People who don't play Minecraft are gonna think I'm crazy, but as a grown man saying this is my favorite video, but Technoblade was a YouTuber that sadly passed away, but he was very, very funny and charismatic. And that video, it's just so freaking funny how he just farms millions of potatoes over the course of months, but somehow makes it incredibly entertaining.
In late 2019, Technoblade decided to become the #1 potato farmer on Hypixel Skyblock. The person in his way was a player called MS Squid Kid. What followed was 8 months of the most unhinged competitive farming in Minecraft history. His solution to the workload was to use a feature in Hypixel Skyblock called minions, which are basically slaves that work for you 24/7 without pay. While he ran multiple alt accounts simultaneously, monitoring Squid Kid's minions/slaves output as a way of surpassing him in the great battle.
Look, I'm an atheist, but when God sends me to hell, I want him to hesitate, okay? I want him to hesitate for a few seconds.
This line wasn't just a joke. It was genuinely a reflection of what he had become in the pursuit of becoming #1 at something that did not matter.
Took me 2 hours to lose MCC, but it'll cost you 9 months to lose potato orch. Hey, relax! Relax, hello?
Besides that, there was only one other time. I had to go to the store the other day. I had to interrupt my potato farming because my dad was like, hey, can you go to the store and pick up my medicine? And I was like, can I really tell him that I'm not getting his medicine because I need to farm potatoes? Can I really
This one was said immediately after winning the potato war. 8 months, 500 million potatoes, a goon army, and multiple minions/slaves. And at the finish line, instead of just celebrating, he also added this.
For my part, I've realized now that rank #1 isn't an achievement. It's a prison, which forces you to dedicate your life to defending a temporary title. He owns the Minecraft server, and he never built a house!
Dream was the owner of the Dream SMP. He owned it, ran it, but he had no house. This was a running gag in the Dream SMP, with Technoblade constantly mocking Dream for not having a house on his own server.
It just seems so rude. Do I barge into your house, Dream, and just start looking through your stuff and commenting on your suspicious to-do lists on your wall? Actually, do you even have a house? I've never seen you in a house.
I do have a house, but it's very, very far from here.
Do you are you homeless? Is this like, you just don't want to admit that you don't have a house?
I'm not homeless. I do have a house.
Do you sleep outside, Dream?
I don't even sleep, but I do have a house.
Prove you have a house. Bring me to it.
No, I'm not going to take you to my house.
Dude, this guy doesn't have a house.
At some point, Dream, sufficiently ashamed, built himself a house, a small one. Technoblade found it, stalked him, and watched Dream build it from a distance.
No, I proved my friend wrong. Why does he have a dirt house with the wood stairs? I guess you can't make dirt stairs, but still destroy the green blob. If you do, I'll drop a 100. Yeah, 1 second. Let me just drop by and quick drop the strongest enemy I have on the server. Well, not really enemies, but you know what I mean. With a low durability pickaxe. Yeah.
And when Dream, as an act of revenge, destroyed Tommy in its house, while Tommy was watching his house burning in despair, Technoblade joined the server.
Shit! Not so pog-champ! Not so pog-champ! Oh, this is... Why just... Okay, let's go through this. Let's go through this a little bit. You and Tubbo alone. If anyone else shows up, the disc... So it's about the discs. And it points to the discs.
Then Technoblade joins and writes this in chat.
Oh, shut the Technoblade, you stupid stream sniper. Why aren't you doing your own... Why are you sat... Oh, my God. Fuck! Oh my God!
If I can't have a house, no one can. He wasn't even there when it happened. He just logged on, committed one act of psychological warfare, attributed a fake quote to someone else, and vanished.
Those that have treated me with kindness, I will repay that kindness tenfold. And those that treat me with injustice, that use me, that hunt me down, that hurt my friends, I shall repay that injustice 1,000 times over.
This is the only quote on the list so far with no joke in it. Everything up to this point, the orphans, the potatoes, the goon armies, the blood god, all of it established a persona built on chaos and humor.
This is for Tubbo! For Tubbo! Oh!
Oh, I'm back from my glass of water. Oh, why is my health so low? Oh, it doesn't matter. Oh, hey, free stuff!
And then the Butcher Army arc happened on the Dream SMP. Tubbo had just signed off on Technoblade's execution. Quackity, Fundy, and Sapnap hunted him down and nearly killed him. And when he managed to escape with the help of Dream, instead of mocking the situation, he was actually mad. And as an act of portraying how mad he was, that he was willing to take down every government on the server as an act of revenge of what they did, he said this quote.
Skills don't work. The only thing that works in this world is that you treat others as they treat you, alright? Those that have treated me with kindness, I will repay that kindness tenfold. And those that treat me with injustice, that use me, that hunt me down, that hurt my friends, I shall repay that injustice 1,000 times over.
And he meant every word if you have watched the Dream SMP. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy, Marcus Aurelius. Technoblade completely disagreed here. His revenge was going to be exactly like his enemies, just 1,000 times bigger.
Oh, yes.
All right.
Oh.
I need you to stand right here, all right?
Will I die?
No, you will not. What was the point of that? I would have stabbed you a while ago.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
You see this wall?
Oh, yes. Ah! What the
Welcome
shit?
home,
What the
Theseus!
fuck?
Oh, we're gonna do so much violence. They're so screwed. Oh, they thought Two Withers was bad. They thought Two Withers was bad there. They should not have messed with Technoblade. They should have let me stay in retirement, Tommy.
The reason it hits so hard is exactly because of everything that came before it. Every act of trying to take him down on the server just made him more mad of the government that he was trying to be a part of.
No, that's not
Nothing
cool.
at all.
You can't keep bullying people online.
That's what my teacher said, and then I made it a career.
This connects directly back to the orphan team, because that's exactly where the career was. Farming and killing children on Hypixel, and making content from their suffering. There is nothing more to add. Sometimes a quote is just a man's entire autobiography in one sentence.
Whatever you do, don't reveal all your techniques in a YouTube video. You fool. You moron.
Potato War. He uploaded a video explaining his entire farming strategy in detail, every method, every shortcut, and every advantage he had found, while actively competing with I Am a Squid Kid for the #1 spot. Squid Kid obviously watched the video and used the strategies against him. So in the next video, Technoblade looked directly into the camera and delivered this warning to his viewers. Solemnly, seriously, do not put your plans on YouTube while actively uploading it on YouTube, where I Am a Squid Kid could just simply watch it and copy it. He had been crediting Sun Tzu with things Sun Tzu never said throughout the entire Potato War, while actively using a lot of his real quotes.
I've realized now that rank #1 isn't an achievement. It's a prison.
Still the Potato War. Still the finish line. This quote and the God sending him to hell quote were said in the same stretch of the finale video, and together they tell you everything about the story of winning and what it actually cost him. One is dark humor about his methods.
Really tell him that I'm not getting his medicine because I need to farm potatoes.
And this one is genuine reflection about what the goal itself was worth. 8 months of his life, and at the end he looked at the #1 ranking and described it as a prison. There is a philosophical idea that goes back to the ancient Greeks. The idea that the pursuit of something is often more fulfilling than the thing itself. That the moment you reach what you were chasing, it loses the power it had over you. Philosophers call it the hedonic treadmill. You run, and the moment you arrive, the finish line moves. Technoblade farmed 500 million potatoes and looked at the #1 ranking and described it as prison. Not because he regretted winning, but because he understood, standing at the top, that defending it would cost him everything the pursuit had already cost him. Forever.
Techno, you are
all,
literally
it's all
Techno,
persona.
you are the least. Technoblade, you are the least persona person I know. You are literally, you just like, when I played TF2 with you at like 3 in the morning, you are just sat there in like solemn stoical silence, only talking to shout at our team.
Oh no.
You are no different. You are the most real of all the fucking personas.
I have a persona for real life, but when I'm online, it's just me.
This one is quite emotional. His father asked him what it was like having an online persona, separate from his real self. His answer was that there wasn't one. Every quote on this list, the orphan bits, the blood god, the potato war, the butcher army speech, was just him. No performance, no character he switched on in the camera. While nowadays we see a lot of streamers and YouTubers having a different persona on camera, and a different one behind the camera, this was not the case for Technoblade.
Life, but when I'm online, it's just me. That's the real one. See, in real life, I just, like in college, like I just sat there, I just took notes, never said a word, because talking is for losers.
Kill. It's true.
Kill.
Then on the internet, I'm just an insane psychopath. Someone tries to pass me in a meaningless potato leaderboard, and I spend like 4 months orchestrating the end of their career.
The chaos and the humor, and the occasional quiet seriousness were all the same person. Technoblade knew how to deliver this in such a humorous way.
If you wish to defeat me, train for another 100 years.
From the Skippy minigame series, the same rivalry that gave us a dropkick and the orphan session, he said it once after a win and used it again, added 100 years each time.
If you wish to defeat me, train for another 200 years.
By the end, it has escalated to almost 1,000 years.
If you wish to defeat me, train for another 300 years.
Oh, go on.
Yes! Oh. You were so happy. For a moment there, I heard true joy in your voice. If you wish to defeat me, train for another 500 years.
The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. Sun Tzu. Or at least Technoblade would have said it was Sun Tzu.
I play Minecraft. Don't tell my parents, they think I have a job.
This joke is self-contained, no explanation needed beyond this. It was true, he was making a living from Minecraft, while this was still something parents genuinely did not understand as a career.
It's like I choose to be a YouTuber, and I don't know if I talk about this, but I also want to be like a writer, a really successful writer. I don't want to be any writer. I want to be George R. R. Martin, man. I want to be like the person who writes Harry Potter. We got my boy Jacob here. He mines cobblestone for me all day. I don't pay him, and he also has no rights. Oh, but Technoblade, doesn't that kind of sound like, shh, I need cobblestone.
Jacob was a minion/slave on his Skyblock Island, an NPC with no agency, no consciousness, and no ability to object to any of this. This connects directly back to the slavery quote from the Potato War. Jacob had no rights, the goons had no pay, the system, as Technoblade designed it, worked perfectly.
Don't do this, Techno.
We're so close.
If you want to be a hero, Tommy,
We've got the
you want to be a hero, Tommy, then die like one!
This wasn't a dream SMP, and believe it or not, this was improvised in the moment, and it sounds like it was written. What makes it perfect is what happened immediately after. He said it right before spawning Withers in the middle of L'Manberg as an act of revenge against the government, while Tommy in it was trying to protect L'Manberg. And what's even funnier is that this happened.
Die like one! Okay, why isn't this spawning? Why is this not spawning? This is very awkward.
Oh, shit!
Not even close, baby! Technoblade never dies!
It's funny how something so simple can grow into something so big. A throwaway line to a PvP fight in Hypixel, a joke about surviving something he should not have survived. The first instance I found of it on YouTube was 18 years ago, which I'll leave in the description. The story of the origin of this quote is never clear. Some fans say it came from the book The Princess Bride, which he recommended reading in one of his videos. The author of that book saw a fan wearing a shirt that says Wesley never dies, but some fans speculate it was just him saying it on his first days in Hypixel. When Technoblade was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, the phrase changed. It wasn't just confidence anymore, it was defiance. He kept going, uploading and joking, and even at the end, it was still him. Funny, warm and honest. And he ended it the same way he started it, not as a joke this time, but as something real. Because he was right. Every video, every quote, and every moment, his fans still come back to the quote, Technoblade never dies.
I immediately headed to the safest place I knew, Afghanistan.